Hi, this is Sid from ReachOutSid.com. Today I am going to tell you about how to configure Yoast SEO plugin in WordPress properly to get the better rankings from search engines. First, I am assuming that you are already installed your Yoast SEO plugin. If you are starting your new blog, then no need to import any data from your new WordPress site because it is brand new. If you are already using another plugins like Headspace to all-in-one SEO or sometimes some new thesis themes and Genesis themes or Woo themes have their own SEO settings. If you are using those SEO plugins for your maintaining of SEO, then you need to import old data from those plugins. So importing those say SEO settings is very easy in Yoast plugin. First go to tools place. Here we will have an option to import and export. Just click import and export. Here it will give four options: import, export, import from other SEO plugins and import from other plugins. If you already have your SEO settings in a zip file, then you can click this choose file and you can import settings from here. If you are using other plugins like Headspace, all-in-one SEO or Wootum's SEO framework, then you can click respective checkboxes and you can upload the file from here. If you are using other than these above mentioned names of SEO plugins, then you can click SEO data transporter plugin. Through this plugin you can import the settings and here you can set it to your WordPress plugin, or you can click this one. If you are using other plugins or extension plugins from Yoast plugin, then you can import it from here. Now almost you have imported your old data settings. I assuming that. Now we will actually go to how to configure Yoast SEO WordPress plugin in WordPress. First we have an option here. Here actually we will find general, titles and meta, social, XML Sitemaps and advanced tools and search console and extensions. Now we will check one by one how to configure all these menu items. First we will go to general. I'm waiting for to display. Just here in general settings we will have general, your info, webmaster tools and security. General is actually an information which gives tour about this SEO plugin. If you want to know more about SEO plugin, then you can click here start tour, and if you want to know the latest changes happened in a Yoast plugin, you can check view changes, or if you want to do restore to default settings, you can click this one. Here now we will starting configuring. First it will in your info, it is actually our website's name, alternate name, whether we are an individual or person. Here we can mention. Right now it is saying choose whether you are a company or a person. Right now I am selecting company as person and my name is Siddhaya. Here we have to write website name. It has already taken. Alternate name, if you want to add alternative name, you can add it here. And another tab here is a webmaster tools. These webmaster tools are very important. Right now if you want to add your Alexa verification code or Bing Master verification code or Google Webmaster tools code here. You can add it these all three verification processes here. Add your Bing Master code, Alexa verification code and Google Webmaster tools ID here and click save changes. And fourth option is security. This one is disable the advanced. Click the disable the advanced part of Yoast SEO meta box, because unchecking this box allows authors and editors to rewrite the posts, because so many times we will have lot of other editors or authors in our blog, because we are not only write articles for our blog, we will have guest authors and guest editors. If you click this one, it will prevent your guest authors doesn't do any modifications to your Yoast meta box. Now this option is completed. Now we will go to titles and meta. This is the most important part in SEO settings. Now we will configure titles and meta. In titles and meta, we have general, homepage, post types, taxonomies, archives and other. In general, first option we have is force rewrite articles. We have to leave it as it is, because we don't need any rewriting automatically of our titles. So I am leaving this unchecked. And second one is a title separator. This title separator is useful to display our URL structure. And here we have so many options to include our URL structure, but it is recommended that we use hyphen, means dash. So select this one and save changes here. And second tab is homepage. Homepage is actually our blog's title name, meta description and meta keywords. These are titles for our blogs and these are displayed in search results. So try to write your blog name here and write about brief description about your blog's information. And if you want to include your keyword templates, here you can include your keywords. So I have written my blog's name here and my blog's description and meta keywords. And next one is post types. And default Yoast plugin will have title and your blog's name here at the end of the title. So I recommend you to keep only title name here, and for pages also keep only title, just like showing here. This is the media. Don't touch any of this data, just keep as it is. Here we have to mention only title and this thing. And taxonomies. Taxonomies are categories and tags and formats which are not important for Google index. So keep all the categories. I kept categories as index and follow, and you can keep this as no index and follow. Tags are recommended as to keep no index and follow, and meta robots you can keep no index and follow. Just I am clicking no index and follow to categories also. Here we have to give directions to the search engine whether it has to index the categories, tags or formats. We don't need any categories or tags or formats to index in search engines because it may become problem to us. Search engines may consider these articles as duplicate content. So it is recommended that to keep all these things as no index and follow. Click the save changes here. Now it is getting settings completed. Now archives. Here these archives are author archives and date archives. If you don't click here no index and follow, our search engines will index author articles and date articles. For suppose if you keep this one as it is as index and follow, your blog will get date, time indexing and author indexing in search engines. These are also considered as duplicate content. So it is recommended to keep all the tick marks in the considering checkboxes. If you check all these boxes, then you no need to worry about the duplicate content. So it is recommended to keep no index and follow. And these are site-wide meta settings. We have to tick mark this one as no index and subpages of archives. If you don't tick mark this one, all your pages will be indexed in search engines and it is considered as duplicate content. So click tick mark here, no index of subpages of archives. And here you can use meta keyword tags. Click the tick mark here and leave the left of the things as it is. After configuring this one, just click save settings. Now we have almost completed SEO settings for Yoast. Now third part we have is social integration. Here we have the option to enter all our social media profiles here. If you enter all the social media profiles, then Yoast SEO plugin tells about your social media profiles information to the Google. So it is recommended to write all your social media profiles here. So I have write already my Facebook URL, Twitter URL, LinkedIn URL, YouTube URL and Google Plus URL. If you have Pinterest and Instagram or MySpace, enter those URLs also here. And next thing is we have Facebook. Here we don't need to do anything. Just click tick mark to add open graph metadata here. If you tick mark this one, when you share your URL on Facebook, it displays the bigger image and it fetches the title as well as description well formatly. So it is recommended to tick mark the add open graph metadata in Facebook, and rest of the things you don't need to change anything. Just click this one and save settings. In Twitter we have an option to add Twitter card metadata. Twitter supports Twitter cards which displays your URL with large image and title and description. If you click this one, and here we have an option to display only summary and summary with a large image. I recommend you to add summary with a large image to display your URLs properly in Twitter. And here we have Pinterest. Pinterest we don't have anything, just we can verify our website with Pinterest. I have made a video on how to verify your site with Pinterest. You can check that video to check here, or you can add your Pinterest code here to verify your website. If you verify your website in Pinterest, you can get rich snippets in Pinterest, as well as you can get analytics in Pinterest. And once you enter these things and save changes. And here we have the option, if you have Google Plus page for your blog, then add your Google Plus publisher pages URL, about URL here, and click save changes and add Google Plus specific post metadata. Tick mark this one because it gives a good format when you share your URL in Google Plus. Now we will go to social sitemaps. XML sitemaps are very important to tell search engines that you have write one every time when you wrote article, it will submit a sitemap to Google. So here we don't need to anything, just click check mark this one as check this box to enable XML sitemap functionality. If you click this one, automatically Yoast will create an XML sitemap and submit it to the search engines like Yahoo, Bing and Google automatically. Here next option is user sitemaps. User sitemaps are not required to search engines, though. Click tick mark to disable author and user sitemaps and post sitemaps. You want to which type of articles you want to submit to the search engines are mentioned here. We don't need pages and media to index in search engines, so just uncheck the posts, and for pages and media click tick mark to these places, because search engines doesn't need any sitemaps for pages and media. Excluded posts, here we don't need to change anything, just keep as it is. Taxonomies means Yoast a plugin creates sitemaps for even categories, tags and formats, and search engines don't require all these category sitemaps, tag sitemaps and format sitemaps. So keep all tick marks to the categories, tags and formats, because these sitemaps are not required to Google. And now we are going to advanced part. And most of the new themes are enabling breadcrumbs, and if you want to enable breadcrumbs in your blog, then you can click this one, enable breadcrumbs and permalinks. Just waiting. Here in permalinks, just leave the first checkbox just like that and click tick mark to redirect attachment URLs to parent post URLs. Most of the times we use so many attachments to our blog articles like images, videos and everything. Particularly images, when you upload a image to your post, WordPress considers it as an individual post, and WordPress gives an URL to your image. So somebody clicks on your image, then it will display only image. Here what happens is, if you click tick mark this one, redirect attachment URLs to parent post URL, then automatically it goes to your post only. So click redirect attachment URLs to parent post URL for images. And here we have an option, remove stop words from slugs. Means click mark this one, because when you don't tick mark this one, it adds stop words to your URL. If you tick mark this one, it automatically removes stop words from your URL. Stop words are a and some other words are there. So it is better to tick mark this remove stop words from slugs. And also tick mark these remove the reply to com variables, because we have so many people are enabled threaded comments in their blog, which requires a JavaScript. If somebody opens your website which doesn't support any JavaScript, then it removes the threaded comments from your blog. So it is better to tick mark this remove the reply to com variables here. And rest of the things we will now leave these two things just like that, and in clean up the head and tick mark all these things. RSD links, WLD manifesto links, short links for post, RSS links. If you tick mark all these things, it will clean up your head space with unnecessary links which are there at headspace. You click all these things, those things will be cleaned up by WordPress, and click save changes. Now we will go to RSS tab. Here we don't need to do any configuration here, just keep it as a default. Now I am going to tools. In tools we have already used import and export to receive the data from other plugins or other themes. Now we have another option called bulk editor. If you want to make any changes to your posts, like titles and meta description, we have to go to the posts and individually, and we have to make changes. Here in bulk editor we can change titles and meta descriptions of multiple posts at one time without going individually on each post. This is useful to change meta description and titles in our posts on multiple posts. And this one is a file editor. This one allows to change the robot.txt file as well as it even allows you to change some modification to .htaccess files. So we don't require this one, and don't do any modifications to our .htaccess files here. Now search console. This is the new feature added by Yoast plugin recently. Actually what it does is it shows the 404 files, redirected files, which are not found in search engines are shown here. For example, a category news is not found by Google Webmaster tools, so it is showing response code 404, and it will shows all the not found files or problems which we are getting in Google Webmaster tools. Here we will have an option to create redirect view mark as fixed, but all these the create direct review view mark as fixed are premium features of Yoast. If you want to create redirector, here it is not possible. We have to have a premium account of Yoast. So it is better to go to our Google Webmaster tools and redirect these 404 files to your respective URLs. And it shows about desktop, smartphone, and here in smartphone search engines did not found, page not found, about ripples and details. I have to remove this URL from my Google Webmaster's index. and feature phone. Here I don't have any problems. In settings, you can add your website to Google Webmaster tools. Here you can it will come a box. Here you can enter your website name, and here you can have an authenticate with Google box, and if you click this one, it automatically authenticates your website and adds all your Google Webmaster's information to here to know how many page not founds or other problems we have in Google Webmaster. Search console is actually useful for this one. And the last and final option in Yoast SEO is extensions. All these extensions are premium extensions which can add value to your Yoast plugin. Based on your requirement, you can add these things, and all these are premium extensions for Yoast plugin. If you want to buy your Yoast SEO premium, then you can click get this extension. If you want to optimize your videos for SEO, you can get this extension. If you are maintaining a news website, then you can add this get this extension. And if you want to particularly rank in local search engine, then you can get these extensions. Now we have completed our configuration and setup of WordPress Yoast SEO plugin. If you do all these things, then the rankings of your SEO search engines is very simple. I hope this video has helped you in setting up and configure the Yoast SEO plugin. If you have any doubts, you can message me through comments so that I can rectify your problems. And I have wrote a complete step-by-step guide article on my blog. I am giving the link at the description place. You can check the article on my blog to know more information. Thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.